I'm Mark Mayfield from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci is recommending people get tested after the newly imposed 5-day COVID isolation period. Appearing on CNN's State of the Union, Fauci clarified he thinks it's a good idea for anyone overcoming a COVID-19 infection to get tested after isolating. Airlines are still having a tough time getting planes off the ground, whether it's COVID-19 related staffing issues or winter weather. The flight tracking website FlightAware shows over 1,700 flights within, into, or out of the United States already canceled today. More than 600 flights are delayed. Crews continue to search the charred rubble of homes in Boulder County, Colorado for any human remains. 2 people are missing in Sears Bend, a huge wildfire that erupted last Thursday, destroying almost 1,000 homes. And Twitter banning Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal account. They're blocking her for repeated violations of the social media company's COVID misinformation policy. We lead local. I'm Mark Mayfield from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. In Pyramid Lake, this is on the 5 northbound at Vista del Lago. Little fender bender there, that's taking up the right lane. Watch for delays as you approach this area. Mission Hills, we have good news. Earlier crash that was on the 118 westbound right before Woodley Avenue has been cleared from lanes. Your drive is recovering in that area. And in Santa Ana, this is on the 55 northbound at 4th Street. Off-ramp there, that's going to be shut down due to flooding. Watch for delays in that stretch. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Brian Vance.
The new year means resolutions like diets and exercising. But what about exercising your legal rights? I'm attorney Darren Kapinoki from 1-800-NO-CUPS. And this is why I'm always telling you to just shut up. Exercising your rights doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. Another smart thing, put 1-800-NO-CUPS on speed dial now, so we're there if you need us. It would be felony stupid not to. 1-800-NO-CUPS, because no one looks good in handcuffs. Unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUPS.
iHeartRadio Earth knows small changes can make a big difference. Want to reduce your food waste? Embrace your freezer. From bread to meat and even cheese, most foods can be frozen and cooked later. Plus, a full freezer uses less electricity. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Military families in California are now eligible for paid family leave benefits. Benefits cover when unable to work, to attend an event, or manage essential needs during a family member's deployment to a foreign country. This includes things like arranging for child care during the deployment or assisting the military member during their rest and recuperation leave. California's paid family leave program provides up to 8 weeks of partial wage replacement benefits to qualifying family members.
This is your moment to stand strong for your family as your loved one in the military stands strong for our country. Paid family leave can now provide military families with up to 8 weeks partial wage replacement to help arrange for child care while your loved one is deployed, to be there to dry tears, to be there to provide reassurances, and to be there for the moments that truly matter. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk.
I hate retail.
You know, my philosophy is if you can't get it free or wholesale, you just don't need it. There's my philosophy of life.
Costco or nothing.
It's either on sale or wholesale, or you just don't need the product.
Bill Handel, mornings from 6 to 10 on KFI.
Why don't people listen to us? The listeners listen to us. Just listen to us. Follow our lead. We know what we're talking about.
John and Ken, weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI.
When the sun is down and there's a fire up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fire too. Down by the sea, all of the things of my baby, where I under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun, under the boardwalk, people walking about, under the boardwalk, we'll be making love, under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sounds of the chorus. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Gonna bring it with my baby.
To talk to George Norrie, call the wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. This is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
Next hour, psychic Elizabeth Joyce joins us to give us her feedback for what's up for 2022, and then we'll take calls with Elizabeth. We'll be back in a moment with our special guest, Jeff Harmon, and take calls with him in a moment on Coast to Coast. ParanormalDate.com is rolling along. 771 people, Tom, to 122,000 signed up.
Amazing. Well, listen, if you're interested in the 60-plus crowd, you can also go to paranormaldate.com/seniors for those that are 60-plus. So unique thinkers and like-minded people, they're waiting for you now at paranormaldate.com and paranormaldate.com/seniors.
At paranormaldate.com, you meet the most fantastic people.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. What brings you here?
Yeah, I'm here to meet someone who understands me.
How so?
Well, I'm into UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, conspiracy theories, the paranormal, that kind of stuff. But can't seem to find anyone who gets it.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Tom. I gotta go.
Okay, guess that's not your cup of tea. You sure?
Very. Good luck with that.
I can't meet anyone when I'm out, and I really can't find a website for my unique interests. What is one to do?
Have you thought about paranormaldate.com?
What? Who are you?
I'm a paranormal matchmaker, and it's paranormaldate.com. It's a website for people looking for people like them. Stuff you like, remember?
Interesting. I'll give it a try.
Well, let's try this again.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hey, I'm Deb. Your profile on paranormaldate.com looked very interesting. So you really saw a UFO?
Well, yeah. It was so intense, but not as intense as meeting you.
You're an alien chasing flirt, but I kind of like it.
Wow, this paranormaldate.com thing really works.
Maybe paranormaldate.com is for you. People with an interest in things they hear on George's show find their match daily. So if you're looking for that special someone with an interest in UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, conspiracy theories, and of course the paranormal, come to the dating site inspired by George Norrie. It's always free to search, and if you decide to upgrade to our amazing new features, use promo code GEORGE for a great discount. Paranormaldate.com. You are not alone.
We've got an incredible guest right now, Christine Rose. How did you become involved in holistic health and healing?
By being extremely ill and trying to find a solution. I was told I was dying with 3 months to live, and I wasn't going to give up. I was treated every day with carnivore, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You don't really have to be very ill to have the benefits of carnivore. You cannot stop and say, oh, I had enough, I feel good. That is the wrong way. That's why I feel so fantastic, and I'm past 80.
Beautiful.
Carnivore will make all the difference in the world.
Call 866-836-8735. That's 866-836-8735. Or visit carnivore.com. That's carnivora.com.
With each mortgage-free home, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation delivers on its promise to do good and never forget the sacrifices America's greatest heroes have made for us. People who have risked their lives for our country and our communities need your help now more than ever. That's Gold Star and fallen first responder families with young children, our nation's most catastrophically injured first responders, veterans, and even our homeless service members. For some families, the foundation brings the comfort of knowing that they can stay in the home where they made memories with their fallen loved one. For other families, the foundation enables new memories to be cherished forever. All of this is possible because of your generosity and support. Help our nation's greatest heroes and their families. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie with you along with Jeff Harmon, and we will take your calls this half hour. His website is his name, Jeff Harmon, HARMAN.com. Jeff, have you ever seen as an astrologer a more uptight planet than we have right now?
Not in my lifetime, no. You know, it's interesting because the astrology shows exactly what's going on. The Industrial Revolution, there's a type of an astrology that goes all the way back to the flood of Noah, and it's based on the synodic cycles of Jupiter and Saturn. And the Industrial Revolution actually began very close to the formation of this country. Well, the last winter solstice, which was January 2020, this last December 21st, spot on that, we had a tropical Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which I believe is ushering in a very high-tech era. And I think over the next 20, 30 years, we're going to see secret technologies be released that have been shelved, and a lot of wonderful things are going to happen ultimately. But the scary part is this whole COVID, and I'm not saying COVID isn't real, I think was utilized to further an agenda that has been a global shutdown on not only liberties of people, but also to encroach upon actually doing some very high-tech things against people's minds. There's nanotechnology, excuse me, nanotechnology that's being implemented, the 5G. So there's always opposing forces that come along with the divine, and it always seems to be like that. The good takes a step up, and the evil takes a step up, and the stakes are very powerful right now. And I think the stuff I was mentioning earlier with this country, the United States is the linchpin. If this country really gets taken down, I think it's going to have a big effect on the world. And I think that battle is much more prominent behind the scenes than we may realize. And I pray that my analysis of the charts, particularly the Nadi astrology in the United States, is correct, and that we see this swing back into a much more positive direction. And I have high hopes that that's likely to be true.
I do too, Jeff. And I think with people like you and with shows like mine, we're not going to let it happen.
No, we can't. We can't. You know, the human spirit is always going to be senior to artificial intelligence. I don't care how sophisticated it gets. There's nothing like the human spirit. It's senior to astrology. It's senior to everything. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And that cannot be changed. And you've studied a great deal, George, of past life and paranormal experience. I work a lot with it. I'm always just astounded at how accurate. Your last guest was mentioning that, where you can see in Nadi astrology what the parents were like, what the home environment was like, and people are in readings like, how did you know that my dad was this way or my mother was? Because it's in the chart. So how could this be? We're not our astrology, but there's something that's carried with us. It's called an etheric energy. Some people call it a seed atom, but they actually say the guardian angel from the Yetziratic dimensions picks your parents and actually attaches the spirit, psyche, and soul to the embryo at conception, not at birth. It's like the silver cord is a sign. And we're in converse, it's believed, with that angel until we exit the womb, the first breath. And that's when the angel ties the spirit, psyche, and soul to the body. And the celestial makeup position is not us. Like many astrologers will run around and say, oh, you're a Libra, you're a Pisces. That's what I love about naughty astrology. You're not your astrology, but you're influenced. It's the cloak we're wearing in these meat suits called bodies. And we are senior to it. And I think the religions have gone out of their way to suppress this stuff, because if you get people to realize who they are and their own empowerment, the greatest power in the universe is the correct reaction to energies that you have coming at you. It's like driving a car. If you see the person running a red light, you can react appropriately and not have an event. It's the same thing. The more you study, I love in readings where, when I hang up the phone, the person has a better understanding of the energies they can take advantage of, and that's so critical. And it's helped me immensely in my life. I've had such a traumatic childhood growing up, and it really, I think that's why my mother empowered me with that. She, God bless her soul.
Well, she did a good job, Jeff. She did a good job. Let's go to the phones. East of the Rockies, Sherry's with us in Mayfield, Kentucky. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, George. Happy 2022.
You too. And what's your question for Jeff? And then he'll take it from there.
I was just curious about what the weather was going to be like in this coming year, and particularly the safety of where I'm located.
And where exactly are you?
Mayfield, Kentucky.
Mayfield, Kentucky. I think we're going to see the weather begin to shift as Venus goes direct. The best I can see on the mundane side of weather is it looks like kind of a tumultuous year. I think the weather in general is going to be a little bit cooler than we think. Even though they say there's global warming, I get there's a grand solar minimum going on, and it's likely to cause a lot of violent weather as cold fronts and hot fronts conjoin at different locations. But I would say in general the weather should start to get a lot better by the end of this month in general. But I still think it's going to be a rough year on that issue in terms of weather.
All right, great. Thanks, Sherry. I appreciate that. And, the weather's been pretty tumultuous lately.
It has,
hasn't it?
It's Venus retrograde, that's why.
Why is it that astrologically speaking, alignments determine events?
The naughty astrology says that everything on this planet is co-mixed through the fixed stars and then blended through the planets, and the moon is like the alchemical blender to the earth. And it's interesting because they say the sun is the seed. In fact, many scientists are beginning to agree that the suns may not be as nuclear as they say. They may be portals to the upper dimensions, and that's why they're so bright. And the moon is the crucible where spirit manifests on Earth. So they certainly affect weather. 9/11 happened on the Saturn-Pluto opposition. I remember saying to my wife, I said, something's going to happen here real soon. And then walked through the living room in Beverly Hills, and sure enough, the towers were smoldering. And then they came down like sparklers from jet fuel. And then the banks crashed in 2008 when the Saturn-Pluto square happened, and COVID happened right on the conjunction. So they really, the outer planets have profound effects. Your last guest was also mentioning the sidereal Jupiter-Neptune, which is coming in April. He's right. That's going to have, I think, a spiritual upliftment where people are going to become less reactive. So these things You know, I always say, forget Trinity, Neo, and Morpheus. This really is truly the matrix on the soul in these bodies. And again, Nadi and Vedic astrology is profound because they're all based off lunar mansions and very, very powerful stuff.
We're going to Kentucky again. Let's go to Tony, first-time caller. Hey, Tony, you're on with Jeff Harmon. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I was wondering what advice you have me move forward in my career right now.
Advice for his career, Jeffrey.
All right, let me take a look.
All right.
It shows to do something creative. What have you been doing?
I literally sort things and find packages and give them back to customers throughout the whole world. There's only a few of us that do it. Kind of like lost packages with nothing on them.
Yeah. It shows here that you might be well served to pursue something in creative marketing, something very creative that uses your...
I mean, I've been a lot of things. I've been a wedding cake designer, a tree doctor, engineer, a lot of things. About every 5 years I've changed. So I'm about 3 years customer right now, and I'm wondering if I should change.
Yeah, let me see here, because I'm going to read this another way. Yeah, I see some good things coming up for you. It shows something with creative marketing. That's what it shows.
It's a pretty big corporation I work with, and I found a little niche in them.
I would look to see if there is some area you could get into that would give you the ability to use your creative talents to market things.
I'm kind of like a fireman I find the worst thing to do and then make everybody want to do it.
Oh, that's great. Sounds like they like you, Tony.
Yeah, you got a lot of talent is what it shows. You really do. Yeah, believe it yourself. You could probably contribute a lot here to, again, it's all about marketing.
Yeah, well, you only market yourself anyhow, no matter what it is, because you can learn anything if you just can read.
True. It shows good things coming up for you. And actually, in probably the next, I'd say 6 to 7 months is what I get.
Good luck, Tony. Next up, let's go to Jeff in Durango, Colorado. Welcome to the show. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Good.
So far, the New Year's looking up.
So far, so good. We're only into it for a few days, but so far, so good.
Yeah. Beginnings count. Anyway, a quick Pharaoh asking Joseph what it means. I'm a plasma physicist, okay, for the Department of Defense. I get, and I've always since childhood, remote viewing level dreams in twilight sleep or vision, actually more vision. This morning I woke up with young Albert Einstein, smiling at me right in my face, and this is when I just now I looked at my hand from the other fellow that was before you, and I've got and I know my own palm, but I suddenly have a capstone pyramid with a perfectly round circle etched in the middle of my left palm.
Okay. And how about a question for Jeff? Go ahead. Jeff?
Yeah.
Question for Jeff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want me to respond to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that's his question.
There you go. That is your question. You bet. What I get is, you definitely have a prolific mind, is what it says. You might want to pursue remote viewing. That's something I would tell you to look into. Remote viewing is amazing. I've had the blessings of working with some really talented groups, and some of them are connected with the military, and you might want to really cultivate that.
All right, Jeffrey, good luck. Next up, we're going to Nashville, Tennessee. Gabriel's with us. Hi, Gabe. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Did you guys get snow out there today?
I'm so sorry, one more time?
Did you get snow out there today?
Oh, man, quite a bit. It's just been coming down out here the last couple hours, and it's collected quite a bit.
Wow. Okay, go ahead with your question for Jeff.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
So, recently I have experienced what you could call, I guess, an activation of power. And part of this is involving abilities that I've always been taught were impossible. I don't really have to put words on it because I think it's limiting. But my question is, what role does my journey, if any, play in the karmic impression of our collective conscience?
I forgot the last, I couldn't hear the last portion of the question. What was that? What role was...
I was asking, what role does my journey, if any, play in the karmic impression of our collective conscience?
All right, that's a deep question for you, Jeffrey.
I would say, from what I can see, have you ever gotten involved in trying to disseminate some kind of blog or knowledge, or some way to become involved in self-motivation? Because that's a possibility here.
Yeah, it's a little complicated.